This is going to work a little bit further in the video. Wouldn't you say if I said 51, that can be on the left side or the right side? Wouldn't you say that 49 and 51 was 100? 59 and 51, okay, is actually 10, 10, 5 and 5, 9 and 1, 10, 10? Wouldn't you say that 52 and 48 is 100? And 52 and 58, which is 1, 10, 19, and 28, magic square, cycle of the moon, all in position 1 inside the addition in the grid of 36, where the first board adds up this 58, the second board 62, the queen is in Venus, 66 is inside Earth, 70 is inside where Mars is and brings up 76, where 74, the Jesus syndrome of time, is inside Jupiter, where 78, the gateway, is in Saturn and Uranus in low shu, where 82, the cycle of the moon, is inside of number 7, Uranus, but low shu, number 8, again, the split cycle comes down in Uranus. And then in number 9, where the one spirit comes in magic square low shu, and where number 8, Neptune, is present, and 96, which comes in the 9th position, which is Saturn and Pluto inside the 9th position, reflecting of low shu and magic square. When we have 49, 7 times 7, the gateway, we also have Mars. Where we have 52, SON, sun, like in prison, brings up the high sky. Remember, H and I, 8 and 9, are the only ones that we need exactly 2 cubes. 7 is created from 1 reflective sides. Raphael 7286, pieces and puzzles. Einstein's theory of something and everything.
Thank God the teacher has shown up. It's you. Because obviously, if you look at the equations from a student and need to judge for yourself the reality of the situation of this equation, you now become the teacher. I become the student carrying in what I presume is the relationship in a scientific matter. So if you ask me as a student to build something scientifically, an equation through something that already exists, I want to find out for myself if there's any other way to create. So we're going to step in and create from the Celsius Fahrenheit scale. When we step into create, 32 is the freezing point. So if we have 160 degrees Celsius, we have to understand that this is a calculation where every degree is multiplied by 1.8 degrees plus 32. That's their way of doing it. I don't like to do it that way. I like to do it a simpler, more format. I like to calculate, let's use a smaller number, 10. Since 10 is the understanding of this star, which the only way we get it is 1 and 9 and 2 and 8. Forget about the 7. Forget about the 3 and 4, 7. 2 and 8 is in the center. 1 and 9, and to cross it back is in between. I lower myself one range. Top row, bottom row. This row here, if you drew a straight line down, an 8 over to the 9, a 2 over to the 1, we get the Budweiser tilted angle bow tie, in which is also created through the Magen-David star. And I'm going to show you how that's created through the Magen-David star. It's right over here. Here's the star, right? This is the above and below, right? But it's actually created with this one over here. How can I do that? Let me redesign this. You see, if I use this one and this one, they're straight above, but this one is on the angle. This one to this one is on that angle, because the reality of the Magen-David star, we're going to come down here and we're going to show you. Here it is, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to come down, okay, and we're going to reach all the way up to where that's my perfect triangle. Now we're going to go boom, boom, boom. Is that right? Boom. No, that's a little bit too high, so we have to go one lower. That's where it is. That's where it is. These squares will dictate to me. These are up and down from each other, right? But these are not. This is the angle to the Budweiser bow tie. See the way these are? Now, I'm not going to show you anything, or I'm not going to turn it to the EU, where we create the dollar sign this way. Is that correct? We have the outside lines, we have the inside line, and we have the perfect dollar sign. Am I making myself clear through this diagram? If you're sitting in front of me, I'm guessing that I'm going to explain it better. To create the Celsius Fahrenheit, I would go 10, I double it to 20, and I add on 32, equaling to 52. okay, equaling to 52, the number to Earth. Now I take off 20% of this number, which takes off 2 from this number, and my 52 now becomes 50. So 10 degrees Celsius is 50 Fahrenheit. This now is an extension because all zeros equal 6. You now get 16 and 16, which is this is a relationship to this over here, 4 times 4, 4 plus 4, because it creates the day, and this is your doorway to what is freezing and to what is not, equals the 32. Then we're going to take away 20%, or minus 3.2, okay, minus 3.2, and this will equal 28.8. 288, 289, 290, excuse me, 31, 31.8, 31.9, 32. This will create that temperature. So now we take away this amount. This is 32 plus this equals to 60.8. So that's how this one. Now this will become between. Now since this is 10, now this becomes 60.8 and between 50, giving me a difference of 10.8 is the value between the two sides, which now moves me to 168 or 168 hours in a week. 16 and 8, 4 times 4 equals to 16 and the letter P. 4 plus 4 equals 8 and the letter H. Now we know 8 and 9 always come together, 1 and 2. 1 and 2 in the piano, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, this being 7, this being 8, the doorway, this one being 9, this one being the center of both, 7 and 9, 7 and 9, which is creation through the moons of Jupiter, okay, and 16, which is the creation of the half-life, or 1600 years, where Madame Curie comes in with polonium and radium. The symbolism is RNA, equaling to the artificial intelligence, which is an expression of être, to be, and avoir, to have, today and tomorrow, but not yesterday. Why is it this? Because inside of this, they are the verbs inside of French that comes out of A and I. This is A and I, which is R, the 18th letter, plus 1. Okay? Now you have to remember it's R that the expression is, so it's RA, so it's 18 plus 1. If it's the letter R, it's minus 1 because the sound of the A is before the R, meaning it's 8 minus 1 is 7 because R is the 18th letter in the alphabet. The atomic number is 88. The atomic mass is 226. The promethium half-life is 26, and this is a reflection, again, of 88, 26, 62, which is the Queen era. And how do we create this? 2 and 2 is 4. 6 and 6 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 4 and 12 is that purple ball. Purple equals to number 88, giving it the atomic number. The être and avoir gives me the letters of A and I, 1 and 9, artificial intelligence, which is with 2 and 8, time heaven. 2 moons inside of Pluto, 2 moons inside of Mars, 1 inside of Luna, and we have the runner of the moons of man, and it comes out from everything that we've ever done in our history books, learning and sciences. This is also has something to do with the chemtrails. I can't exactly tell you, but I know in my head what the calculation is. Here's the freezing point. At this point, when does 32 degrees disappear completely? 32 degrees disappears completely at 160, at 20%, at 2%. Do I look at it at 2% or 20%? But this 160 will now equal to 320 plus 32. There is no 32 because it all gets minus by the devaluation in the freezing point. This is your halfway point. It is the half-life of radium. The half-life of radium is 1600 years. There's a whole mix to this. The other thing in this is there is to be. When we have, where is that to be that I wrote this down to be? To be. I wrote it over here. 2 is 252. The Mayan schedule says 25, 625. To have, okay, H and A is actually 18. B is 5 and 2, and it is created from one letter. H and A created in one letter, V, or love, expressing the half-life, and V, if you really want to look at it, it is the 22nd letter and the 5th letter, calling it the split of the sun, 4 and 5, 1 and 8, equaling to 9 and 5. And I know the relationship in this is 1776 and the creation of the day and the half day, 16 hours and 8 hours. The total year, 288 days, is extended, 288 times 1.25 equals to 360 degrees. The only way to revert to the next year is to go 19 times 19 is 361 degrees, which is 1 degree more, and we continue on to the next day. So after every 360 years, okay, we create one lost day. So in 720 years, we lose 2 days. In 1440 years, we lose 3 days. We lose 3 days lost for every 14. Let me see, did I do that right? 4 days lost. 361. Let me do that again. 19 times 19, and apparently 19 is the moon cycle. So 19 times 19, 361. So every moon cycle that we go 19 by 19, we lose 1. So if we lose 1 every single 360 degrees, 1919, by reaching out to the next moon, which is the yellow ball SEUL, okay, that means 4 of these, we lose 4 days. 1440, the number of 1 day, equals to now 4 days lost, or 4 days total. 4 parts of a day, or 4 by 90. 4 by 90 is your birth, 360. So how many years go by? When 360 years go by, 360 days are lost. 1 year lost for 360 years. The cycle is 313. I'm going to see if I have it on here. There's a whole lot of numbers on here. This expression here, 1 to 9, 10 to 18, 19 to 27, 28 to 36, 1 and 9, which is actually 16 to 18. The difference over here is only 17. 3 times 17 equals to 51. 3 times 16 equals to 48. 3 times 18 equals to 54. This one, SON, MOON, SUN, the sun, the moon, and the sun, equaling to 3, equaling to 6, and 9 at this point over here. Again, 1 and 9 equals to 10, equals to 16, equals to 27. Now we have the difference of 11. Here it was a difference of 101. Now this is a difference of 11. Now when we come over here, it's 28 equals to 10, equals to 16. Now we have a difference of 20. The next one we go is 37. And don't forget, the roulette wheel only goes up to 37. 10 numbers and 26 letters. 37 ends. Okay, over to 45. That ends. So 37 again equals to 10, equals to 16, and this one equals to 45, and that's a difference of 29, and that is our birth. So we went from a difference of between 16 and 18, we're going to count it as 2. Where we went to a difference of 16 to 27, 11, we'll count it as 2. And we went from a difference of 16 to 29 is 13. We're going to count that as 4. Let's see if I got this right. 10 equals 16. Okay, at the same time, 19 equals 10. 1 plus 9 is 10, equals 16, equals 27, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. Then we have 28, becomes 10, becomes 16. 16 over to 36. 36 between 16 equals to a total of 20, equals to another 2. Then we have the total of 37 starting, equals to 10, equals to 16, equals to 49, equals to a total of 29. 9, 10, 11 equals to 2. 2, 2, 2, 2 in the system of 8, right? In the system of 8 equals 1776. And there's more to this. There's more to this because this will end up saying 1, 9, 1, 9, 1, 9, 1, 9. And the difference of all 1 and 9 is 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 and 8 is your cycle of the moon. 3 and 7 is creation of the cube. 4 and 6 is the rotation east-west. And now we have the pitchfork. And that's how we have your building of Neptune's Atlantis. That's this prism over here, situation, and the relationship that Celsius to Fahrenheit works on a 1.8 schedule. 1 and 1.8. Okay, so this is the Madame Curie, Marie Curie, and Pierre, M and P and M, 16 and 13. Remember, first come, first serve. First initial is capital. This becomes 4 and 7. 4 and 7 is Jesus Christ of time. And there's a whole lot more that go with this. I'm not sure what this is. Purple equals to 88, the same as the atomic number. In order to create 88 through the sun, you get 54 and 34. 34 represents 1. In order to create the same thing, 51 Mars, 37, creation of the seventh gate. 3 by 7, 21, the cube, and 10 equals to 31, 13, 31. Earth, creation of 6. This will create your B and E, breaking and entering into creation of man. This will create number 27. 27 is a reflection of 54, creation of the split sun. This is the number to the moon. And again, we create 31. This one over here and this one over here, both will create number 37. 5 times 6 equals to 30. 7 times 3 equals to 21. 7 plus 3 equals to 10. All zeros equal 6. They will both create 37, and 37 is 74. 7 and 7 equals to 14 equals to 5. This is your DNA mark. 3 and 3 equals to 06. All 6's and 0 equals to 12. Okay, that 12 will now equal to 3 and 5. Now, we're not going to go through that whole association with numbers, but this is what your mix does, and this thing here leads to your chemtrails. It leads to the purple sky, and it leads to this. 5 times 5 times 5 equals 1.25 times 2.88 equals to your 360 degrees formation. 3 and 6 creation. All zeros equal 6. You get 3, 6, 6. And to understand your 50 stars, because things work in prime, this is 1/3 of this. 49 is the seventh gate. We get 120 or 126, which is the number of hours in a scheduled 9-day, 216. I do not care which order they're in, because a multiple of 1 will always come out to the same. 48 comes out to 1 to 18 added. 52 Fahrenheit is 111.11 Celsius, and 10 equals to your 50, which equals to, this will now equal to 16 Celsius, which will change this number. But if this equals this, it also equals to 56, and this is your red sun. I'm not sure where else I want to go with this. The reverse of this number over here at the same time, 74, okay, at 47 and 47 reverse equals to 94, and that's Uranus. And Uranus and uranium, and the way we get this radium comes out from the same thing. I'm just trying to show the way numbers work, and I'm not a scientist. I'm just relating, and whether you understand my relationships or you don't, I just have to keep on creating the relationship. There's just so many things that are relevant to be understood. How we connect two sides. They call this the accent G. They call this the accent grave. We see all of this on the picture cards. I connect the two sides. This is what they call the circumflex, connecting both sides. And if you take a look on the inside, it shows the arrow to the house and the man that's inside. This shows you your opening and closing, marks. It shows you the E at the same time. It shows you the D. It shows you the P inside. It shows you the 6, and it shows you the 9, and it's all over the picture cards. Raphael, in explaining something I don't understand myself, I just know that they all connect in this world we are in, Mars relationship, and things we don't understand, just like magic, is because everything was created in the past, and whatever we're learning in the future is because we've forgot. It's been blanked from our mind, and whatever, if you want to speak about death, well, guess what? We've been here before, and all they have to do is snap. You want to go 1,000,000 miles away? How fast does computers work? That's how fast we can move. Thank you for watching this video.